Mashed up mailboxes, torn up trees, beat up bushes, and out of control pickup truck tearing through this Cape Coral neighborhood. And tonight, the driver of that truck is in jail. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Patrick Nolan, along with 4 in Your Corner's Michael Cadigan, live in the neighborhood right off Skyline Boulevard in Cape Coral with a closer look. Michael?
Patrick, this slab of concrete used to anchor one of the mailboxes here on Skyline Boulevard before an F-150 pickup last night tore and ripped it out. And you can see what else it tore up here at the median here. You can see tree limbs, pieces of the truck, and you can follow the tire marks until it stopped at that lawn, leaving neighbors here to pick up the pieces. It looks like a demolition crew tore through Skyline Boulevard. Slabs of concrete, trees snapped, and fragments of mailboxes everywhere. Cape police say this man, Michael Fahey, lost control of his Ford F-150, creating sights and sounds that startled neighbors.
I heard a loud boom, basically, and when I stuck my head out the window, I didn't realize that anything on that side had been hit. But
Phil would soon find out that it would be easier to figure out what wasn't hit when he came outside to check on his dented truck and the aftermath of the crash.
I saw a light out in the middle of the yard. I'm thinking, the only light that I know of is on top of my mailbox. I went out there and looked at the mailboxes, and sure enough, mine was down, the neighbor's was down, and the next one down was hit.
The truck also took out a water pipe in the median, leaving water shooting into the air.
Came over here, and all I could see was a geyser about 30 feet in the air where they hit the water service over here in the middle of the median.
And this is the pipe that Phil was talking to you about how and where the 30 feet of water came gushing out of. And that's not all the drunk driver did. You can see pieces of his mirror from the truck of where he hit the mailboxes on his way here. And we really want to emphasize and hammer in the point of how fast that truck was coming down Skyline Boulevard. You can see pieces of vegetation and even rim marks detailing the path where he came into this lawn. And look, even a tree limb that used to be on the median, it got dragged all the way across the street. That just shows you how fast he was going. Cape police said that Fahey tried to run away from the crash. They say a chopper crew with their aviation unit spotted him near the water.
The person fled, hid in a boat that was sitting on the canal, and that's where the aviation unit actually directed the officers where they located him.
Police say things like this don't have to happen if you have a plan before your first drink.
A lot of people go out thinking that they might have 1 or 2, and they end up having 4, 5, 6. At that point in time, you're getting to those impairment levels. You definitely don't want to take the chance of driving.
Phil says in this case, it could have been even worse if anyone were out walking last night.
It's pitch black, and they're walking down the roads with cars. That worries me a lot more than somebody speeding down the road and hitting the mailbox.
And you can see the snapped tree limbs here, as well as that water line break. And as for the driver in this case, he refused a DUI test, and under state law, that means that since he already had one that he refused, that means that he has an additional charge that he's facing among all the other ones. Reporting live in Cape Coral, Michael Cadigan, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Michael. Stay